Hello, good day, buenas tardes, hola, mi amigos, wherever you are in the world. Good day. Now, today we are covering the last tie in the FIFA World Cup round of 16. That is Portugal versus Switzerland. Earlier, we had Morocco knocking out Spain on penalties. And that's a big victory and big moment in their nation. However, big news here before the kickoff of Spain, Portugal versus Switzerland. Ronaldo has been benched. Um, it's going all around the place, and it's a surprise to many of us. We have spoken on this platform before that the team looks better without him and plays better when he comes off. But with the player of that stature and what he brings to the game, it's quite a surprising decision from the coach in a game as important as this one. And Switzerland themselves are not a team to play with. So really interesting decision from the coach. He came out earlier this week and stated that he was not happy about Ronaldo's reaction to being subbed off in their last game. So the question is this a response or a action taken by the coach? Is he, you know, stamping his authority, saying that, I'm the manager, you're the player? Personally, I don't think so. I think it's a decision between the player and the coach that, here, this game might go 120 minutes. I don't have the legs to play throughout that at the highest pace and level. So bring me in half an hour to go. I'll do the best I can. I'll try to help the team as much as I can. And if it goes all the way, I am still available. I think it's a decision between the coach and the player that, based on what is at stake, it is better for the player to enter in the second half where other players might be tired and he can go ahead and get a space here and there to capitalize. So personally, I don't think the coach is reacting to what happened um in their last game. I don't think so. I think it's solely a decision between both parties, and with the potential extra time being here available. So it's a big news. It's a big risk to me. But personally, I think it's better for the team. Um, and you have, as a coach, you have to make big decisions. And if you get the results, then you look like a magician. If it goes against your way, then so be it. You have to be prepared to make decisions like those if you want to be a top coach and if you want to perform at the highest level. So if you're just joining, please hit the like button, comment, let me know you're here. Let me know what you think about Morocco beating Spain in the round of 16 and awaiting Portugal or Switzerland. Now, there's a big controversy in the Spain last group game that most think that they didn't really put out enough to win the game to go on to top the group, as they would have preferred to play Morocco in the round of 16. And I personally thought so. I share that sentiment as well. And seeing that they are now kicked out or knocked out by the same team they would have wanted to come up against, it's quite interesting, and it goes to show you can't take no team for granted. So realistically, I think they will learn from this, take care of business in the group stage, play who is in front of you, and don't take any team for granted. They created a lot of chances. They hit the bar in the 122 minutes, and they went on to miss practically all their penalties. First three penalties, yes, are four. I think they scored one, but yeah, no. Morocco kicked first, so they missed all three penalties. Morocco missed one, but scored three, and won 3-0 on penalties. But Hakimi He scored a brilliant, a wonder of a penalty kick. He scored a panenka, I should say, as cool as you can be to seal off the victory for Morocco. I think we have another blockbuster match ahead of us now in Switzerland and Portugal. I think many teams are writing off Switzerland too early. Many people are writing off Switzerland too early. It's a team that can compete. They have a lot of top players as well in that group. And they play as one. They play as a team. They do the hard work. They do a lot of work off the ball, and they can upset any team in this world, in my view. So I think this one is going down to the wire as well. I am predicting a 1-1 extra time, and the team with the most strength and legs going into that period of the game will come out victors. Will it go to penalty? Possibly, but I don't think we're going to see a repeat of what we saw earlier. I think it's going to be more competitive in that case. I just think Spain, they believe that they should have won the game before the penalty kick. And I think at that time, all their confidence was gone, even in the body language of the penalty kicks. You could have seen that most of them, they run up, the way they set, the way they look at the keeper, they weren't confident. There weren't any conviction in how they went down to kick the penalties. So if this one turns out to go to penalty, I don't think it'll be a repeat of that. I think it'll be more competitive and more nerve wracking. So once you're in, please hit the like button. Comment, let me know you're here. Let me know what's your prediction for this game. Do you think Portugal can get it done without Ronaldo starting? Do you think Portugal's coach will be getting, a lot of pressure after this game? Should they not go on to the quarterfinals after benching a player of the status of Cristiano Ronaldo? A lot of fans are actually behind the coach. They are with the decision that the team will look a lot more mobile, active. They look more electric going forward without him. So I don't think it's under much pressure at this time. Maybe benching Ronaldo 2 years ago, a year ago, will be a far more critical situation. But at this time, I think a lot of people are behind the coaches that see that he doesn't have the legs to keep up. And at some point you have to give way to the younger ones to play. So as I said, if you are just joining, I personally think it's a agreement between the coach and the player. Say, here, what, this game might go to the distance, it might go 120 minutes. So I think it's better come on and potentially play half an hour plus another half an hour rather than starting, running too hard and getting tired, not fit enough to keep up to go extra time. I think Ronaldo wants to be in that extra time and potentially penalty shootout should the game go the distance. And if he starts, there's a high possibility that he cannot keep up, and the coach might have to take him off. And it's just a decision between both parties. And I think they agree that if you're going to win the game in regular time, last half an hour is good for you. But if not, and we have to go to extra time, you will still be available. And I think that is where it comes down to. I don't think it's a reaction to what happened in the past and the game before. I don't think so. I think the relationship between Ronaldo and the national team's manager and national team setup is a lot different from when he goes to different clubs. I think they are even more appreciative of who Ronaldo is in Portugal. They put him on that level. So I don't think benching him in a game like this important wouldn't be a part of his decision. I think he's a part of it. He knows that that's going to happen, and they agree to do it. So it's all a plan, just in case the game should go to extra time. I think that is the case, personally. Let me know what you think. Do you think he should have started? Do you think they will lose now that he don't start? Do you think they will play better and they will get the result? Do you think there will be a next interview? What do you think about the situation at hand? 30 minutes to go. Once you join, please hit the like button. Share your view. Let me know what you think about another situation. He's benched. He's on the bench. The Portugal looking to book the quarterfinals. Set up versus Morocco. Morocco surprised Spain earlier, so that would give everyone a wake up call and say, hey, do not take any team for granted. So I think this game will possibly go to the distance as well, but I think it will be entertaining. It will be a game of excitement based on the players that will be out there. I'm sure of that. Let me bring up the lineup. So Portugal with a 4-3-3 setup. Switzerland 4-5-1, a more defensive setup from Switzerland. Portugal with their young talent going all out. This looks like a balance in an attacking sense formation. In goal, Diego Costa. In the back four, Dalot, Pepe, Diaz, and Guerrero. No Cancelo here. In midfield, we have Bernardo Silva, William Carvalho, I should think, and Otavia. Up front, Bruno Fernandes, Felix, and the youngster Ramos comes in to replace Ronaldo. On the bench, Patricio and Jose Sa, Rafinha, Ronaldo, Andre Silva, Rafael Leo, Mario Vitina, Ruben Neves, and Joao Cancelo, Horta, Nunes, Antonio Silva. So some critical decisions there. Why am I not seeing Switzerland lineup? This is weird. Why am I not seeing Switzerland lineup? So okay, let me switch over to this one. I'm not 100% sure why they aren't showing Switzerland's lineup right there. Probably not updated as yet, but it's like minutes before the game, so that's kind of weird. But let's just move on. So in goal for Switzerland, we have Jan Sommer in the back line, Manuel Akanji, Fabian Schär, Fernandez on the right, and Rodriguez on the left. In midfield, the man and form, Granit Xhaka, alongside Remo Freuler, and the front four, Sheridan Shaqiri, the veteran, So Vargas, and Mbolo up front. And I think this is going to be one of the most exciting round of 16 ties. I'm looking forward for a blockbuster game in this one. Personally, I just think we're up for a exciting encounter. The only puzzle missing in this one is the Ronaldo factor up front for Portugal, but we know he will eventually come in and play his role as he usually do. So 9 minutes to go. Let me know what you think once you join. Do you think the coach made the right decision to bench Ronaldo? Do you think the coach made the right decision benching Ronaldo? 1 second there. Just confirming something here. Do you think Ronaldo should have started in this game? Let me know what you think. Or the coach made the right decision? 'Let me know what you think. 4 minutes to go to until game time. Let me bring up the live graphic here for us. In the head-to-head, the last meeting between these teams on June this year, Switzerland won 1-0. And the game before that, Portugal won 4-0. So both teams winning in the most recent matchups. Some news there from both teams. 3 minutes until kickoff. This is the last game in the round of 16 of the FIFA World Cup 2022. Portugal with a bigger they are the favorites to win this one. And the game has kicked off. This should be an interesting encounter for the next 2 hours. Portugal, the clear favorites, a very good team. Portugal kicking in green and red, Switzerland in white. And the FIFA president, he's watching along at the moment. Portugal on the front foot early. Joe Felix passes inside to Bruno Fernandes. Good pass over the top there. Gomez unable to take it down successfully. Fernando Santos, the Portugal coach. Embolo is down. He seemed to be in some pain. And that looks like an elbow. And Diaz might be in serious trouble here. Turn to Portugal. Switzerland on the front foot here. Early chance for Switzerland, and then bowler with a shot, and it's the first corner kick to Switzerland. And Switzerland can take the lead here early on. Akanji and company coming up. Shot. Short corner taken 5 minutes in. And a free kick to Portugal on the edge of their penalty area. Switzerland pinned in their own half. Portugal pressing effectively, forcing play back to the goalkeeper, 1-2 to the goalkeeper. Very confident there from the Switzerland defense. Eight minutes played, no real chances created as yet. 10 minutes in, Switzerland nil, Portugal nil. Once you're in, please hit the like button, comment, let me know you're here. Let me know what do you think about this game. Do you think Portugal's coach will regret benching Ronaldo in this one? Do you think it's a decision between both parties? Because personally, that's what I think. I think both Ronaldo and Fernando Santos, think it through and decided that the best option was to bring him on, because this game can actually go 120 minutes, and if you start Ronaldo, you're not going to get him running around for 120 minutes at this age. So I think it was the best decision to actually bench him and bring him on for at least half an hour. And if the game requires extra time, then there you have it. You will have a Ronaldo to be a part of the team going the distance. And I'm quite sure that if this game should get extra time, Ronaldo wants to be out there. He doesn't want to be watching the game from the bench at 100 minutes, 115 to 20 minutes, knowing that there's a penalty shootout coming up and he is not there available to help his team. So I think it was a strategic plan from both parties. That's how I personally feel. I don't think the coach is reacting. I don't think he's telling Ronaldo that, hello, I am the boss. He didn't like what he saw recently, so he's going to bench him. I don't think that's the case. Thirty minutes played here. Not much excitement as yet. Both teams can see each other. No clear opportunity. Ball being played from box to box instead of inside the boxes. So the keepers are comfortable at this time. The veteran Pepe, he starts in the back line for Portugal. Another player who has won everything football has to offer except for a World Cup. So many of those players, playing their last World Cup now. Those veterans that have won everything, a lot of them playing right now in their last World Cup. This is their last opportunity. But who will be on the winning side come the 18th of December? 14 minutes played. No clear-cut chances as yet. Throwing to Portugal on the far side. Once you're in, hit the like button, comment, let me know you're here, let me know how do you think this match will finish. Do you think the coach will regret benching Ronaldo? Do you think it was the right decision to start him on the bench? Do you think he will come on and score? Portugal playing it around mostly in their half at the moment. Not much penetration with the position. John Felix takes up here on the right, left hand side. He's looking for options. Switzerland, they're not showing much going forward at the moment. Breakaway here. Good turn. Excellent defending. That could have easily been 1-0. Last ditch stop there, stopped a delivery in the box that was basically going on the plate to Gomez to put in the back of the net. And 1-0 in the early stages here. Portugal have scored and Gomez have scored. And all that pressure, all that press, all that attack has now came out fruitful. And the youngster is on the score sheet. Will they label Fernando Santos, as a genius? Portugal won, Switzerland nil, and it's a brilliant finish. I don't think the keeper was expecting that. You're going for the near post, high and hard. Simple as that. That's just a brilliant finish. The keeper was shell shocked. Wagwan. The keeper definitely didn't expect that. 1-0 to the Portugal. And as it stands, Portugal will be playing Morocco in the quarterfinals. Wagwan, Asia, you know, see what going this morning. God nah sleep. See my look on, the man even look too happy. God nah sleep. So I'm just playing this morning. Yeah, man, that fact, man. Yeah. Morocco them want, Morocco them get. Yeah, man. Morocco them want, Morocco them get. And now, them the right behind we coming. Yeah, man, no come. That's what you want. No, Spain lead the World Cup losing more game than I did. The Sierra Fassi. The man never look too happy about that. Man come replace a scoring that first 15 minutes, And it was a brilliant finish too. It wasn't on the plate, it wasn't a penalty. It was a brilliant finish. It was surprised the whole Switzerland backline. Switzerland have a lot to do now to get back in this game. 1-0 down early on to a talented Portugal team. You don't want to get this game open and up and running because Fernandez and Bernardo Silva would love to see that. The defender Markins Gomez though, I think he was too soft. He gave him too much room. Why was he so far away from him though? Guess he didn't expect him to kick either, but you have to be tighter than that as a defender. 20 minutes played. Portugal 1, Switzerland nil. Not seeing much going forward from Switzerland. As it stands, Portugal making their way to a quarterfinals set up between them and Morocco. And the big news is that Ronaldo started on the bench, and the youngster who replaced him in Gomez scored a brilliant goal for Portugal to make it 1-0. So already it seems the better decision. Shot on target for Portugal and a save from the Switzerland keeper. Portugal looks like they're up for this one. That centre back pairing in Diaz and Pepe, it's like a wall in that back line. Two great defenders. Portugal searching for a second. Can this be a repeat of what we saw versus Korea yesterday, Brazil and Korea? Portugal, they're out of the blocks. They are looking dangerous. Another shot on target there from the youngster again. He had Bruno free to lay off though. Had he seen Bruno there, I think that would be 2-0. Bruno would be free just to slot home. Yeah, I mean, with the finish that he had earlier, when you look on him, he sees the space in front of him. I mean, he's gonna be confident that he can score. But yeah, the better decision was to lay it off to Bruno Fernandes. But Switzerland looked against it early on here. They don't look they don't look that they're set up properly to stop this Portugal team. They look out of it ever since that goal scored. Yeah, we have to do that yesterday. What did you refer to? What did I say yesterday? The youngster Otavio doing a lot of work in the middle of the park for Portugal as well. Neymar kept the ball. Oh, yeah. But I mean, yeah, I said Neymar. In Neymar's situation was different because Neymar was actually carrying the ball from offline. It was from a distance. So he had more time to see that he had option to lay it off, and he forced it. He didn't even get a shot in. Now in this situation, Gomez had a clear shot at goal. He could have actually scored, but the better decision was to lay off. It's a different situation to me, but yeah, forwards and stars, they're gonna always go to goal first, except for Lionel Messi. I think Messi actually thinks to pass first, and if he doesn't see the pass, then he goes for it. 1-0 to Portugal, 26 minutes played. A wonderful strike from the youngster Gomez in the early stages of the first half gave Portugal 1-0. There weren't much signs before that they would score, but ever since that, they have created half chances. So Switzerland not out of the game, but they're not showing much going forward as yet. You know, are they good enough to get back into this game? They will have to showcase that in regular time. And the passing from Portugal is it's sharp, it's quick, silky passes. Portugal on the front foot once more. Great turn there, but a bad pass gives Switzerland the possession. Free kick to Switzerland midway through Portugal's half. It was a good turn from Mbolo, and he was eventually fouled. Strong play there from the attacker, and Diaz was all over him. That should be a yellow card. Chance here for Switzerland to make it 1-1. Shaqiri standing over the ball at the moment. Shaka is also over it. I think it's a little bit too far out though. It would have to be a wonder strike to beat the keeper from this distance. And a save there was not too far away, but I think it was still going wide, even if it was not touched. Corner kick to Switzerland. Probably their best opportunity in the first half here to score and get an equalizer. Good free kick there from Shakiri. Portugal on the front foot searching for their second in this encounter. The thing is, I am yet to see Switzerland, make Portugal look or feel uncomfortable. They seem in total control, even when Switzerland have the ball. They don't seem too worried about what's going on. That was close. Corner kick to Portugal. Great ball in, but it was flicked over by Shar, but it wasn't too far away. Gomez was lurking to make it 2-0. The dangerous delivery in the box, and it was forced to head out for corner. Diaz and company up. Portugal looking to make it 2-0. And Portugal have scored once more. That's Portugal 2. And Pepe, the veteran, scored from the set piece. And Portugal looks to be on their way to the quarterfinal of the World Cup. And that was a Bruno Fernandes assist, another assist for Fernandes in this World Cup. And Ronaldo seemed to be leading the celebrations for that one. And based on the sign of things, this looks like it for Switzerland. I'm not seeing anything going forward for them suggesting that they are going to make this a game versus Portugal today. 35 minutes played. Portugal nil, Switzerland. Portugal 2, Switzerland nil. And Switzerland pushing forward here, searching for their first goal. Great defending from Portugal to win position. And Switzerland, they're all over the place. Portugal attack here. Felix plays it in too high for Gomez and company. Throw in here to Portugal. Gomez thinks otherwise. Switzerland playing it around in the back line. Taking their time to making their way up into the Portugal's half. Portugal defending numbers though, at least 10 players behind the ball. They have the right to defend how they feel please now. They are 2-0 up. Can be a dangerous lead, gets you complacent. Then one goal turns it back into a close tie. I mean, a goal from Switzerland would be really surprising. And there's nothing going forward for them to suggest that they are going to score. Good attempt there, great defending from Portugal, Switzerland, and a shot high and wide there. But I think the initial attack was saved off the line by Dalat. Well, it wasn't really going towards the goal, it was basically going. Keeper touched it. Yeah. Coming back down, maybe it still wouldn't have scored. And the Pepe can't score, just not Ramos. I said team. Because the first goal, I never see him celebrate. Switzerland, they're now on the front foot, trying to create a chance here and there. It's not happening for them at the moment. Free kick to Portugal, taken short, deep inside their half. Portugal winning position quite easily whenever Switzerland move forward. Portugal with a dangerous attack here again, looking to make it 3-0. 41 minutes played. Can Switzerland nick a goal here in the first half to make things interesting going into the second half? Good touch there from Switzerland. Switzerland breaks forward. A good half a chance, bad cross. Portugal no on the break. And this can be three. What a save. And Gomez should have easily make it 3-0. He was denied from about 8 yards out. That should have been 3-0. Come on, bro. Shar is booked. Pepe and Diaz up once more. We have seen the last set piece was scored by Pepe. Was dealt with effectively in this time around from the Swiss team. They look a bit shaky in the air so far. Pepe winning the header again, and Akanji challenging his goalkeeper for it to spill. Switzerland basically all over the place at this moment. Felix floating across here. And Portugal plays it straight back to their goalkeeper. What a turn and run from Felix. 4 minutes to be added on before the half-time whistle. Shaka with a tackle there on Felix. Looks to be a pull down, but referee says no. Free to play. Ball played out for a goal kick. Portugal with possession once more. It's poor going forward for Switzerland this game, and you can easily say poor defending as well, conceding 2 goals. that maybe should have been prevented. But Portugal, they look sharp. The midfielders, they look technically they're really good. And when they do have possession, it's not easy to stop them. Another corner kick to Portugal. And Switzerland looks like a team with their backs against the wall at the moment. And 3 at halftime, based on the mood of the game, would definitely be game over. Bernardo Silva with the set piece this time around. Shot there wide from the Portugal player, and a goal kick to Switzerland. So halftime up on us now. What do you guys think about the game? If you're watching, do you think Portugal should definitely go straight to finals at this point? Most will definitely put them ahead of Morocco in the quarterfinals. And Switzerland with a late surge here, trying to create a chance at least before halftime. Another bad pass out for a goal kick. And they have been poor. It has been disappointing for the Switzerland team in the first half here. The finish to put Portugal ahead will definitely be one to remember. Definitely. It was a beautiful strike. And that is it for the first half. Portugal 2, Switzerland nil. And based on what I've seen so far, it looks like no way back for the Swiss team. They lack chemistry going forward. They're not keeping the ball well. They're not defending effectively either, because Portugal created a couple half chances after they scored, and as you can see, Pepe followed up with a header from a set piece. The attack before the corner kick was a very dangerous crossing. Could have easily been headed inside their own net, and if he allowed it to go through, Gomez would be clear on goal. So the defending hasn't been it for Switzerland, and the attacking as well is definitely non-existent. No chances created, no shots taken. I mean, they did have a header in the middle of the half, but it was like in close proximity to the keeper, so he touched it with his finger, but no real opportunity for them. No signs of them getting back into this game. But football, it can be a game of two halves. So let's see how they approach the second half, how they come out. Are they more aggressive, more adventurous? Will that play into Portugal's hand? Will Portugal then have the space to counter and finish off this game quick and easily? I say, tell you already, Energy, what are you referring to? Are you referring to Portugal winning easily? What exactly? Are you referring to all the teams making it to the round of 16? What are you referring to? The quarterfinal. But yeah, the favorites are ahead. I think it's two goals that could have been avoided though. The first one, the defender, he wasn't tight enough. You have to be close to a striker and a forward. It's a reason why he plays forward. I mean, he knows to score goals, and you allow him a half a chance or half a meter, half a yard, and the ball is in the back of your net. The keeper was surprised. Obviously, he was surprised. Um, he just control and kick. No time for the keeper to react. But I think the defender should be a lot closer to him. And a set piece, good header, good delivery, and good header from Pepe. But they try not to concede from set pieces. It's where you all set up and set up to defend in numbers and marking players and stuff like that. And Pepe was basically free. So I think it's two goals that could have been avoided, but there are other chances that Portugal could have scored. So neither here or there, maybe they still would have been behind. Gomez with a clear chance, clear chance to make it 3-0, 8 yards in 1v1 and basically placed it. And the keeper made a good save, but I think a better shot would be easily scored. He also had another opportunity to play in Fernandez, and he didn't. He went for the shot again. So Portugal, could have put this game to bed similar to what Brazil did yesterday, and they haven't. These things can haunt, teams. We have seen games of two halves. First half, getting the opportunities and not taking them, and then second half, you find yourself in trouble. So the stats in the first half: 5 shots from Portugal, 2 from Switzerland, 1 off target from Portugal, one off target for Switzerland, but there's 5 shots on target for Portugal. So other from the 2 goals, they forced another 3 saves from the keeper. Possession 53% to Portugal, 47 to Switzerland. That's a bit close. 3 corner kicks to 2. Offsides 2-1, fouls 5-3. 1 yellow card in this game so far, and that was to a Switzerland player. He was Shar. He pulled down Felix on a counter-attacking break. 3 saves from Switzerland, 2 from Portugal. Yeah, so not a big difference based on the gameplay and all, but chances created is obvious who have created more. 5 shots on target for Portugal, and there have been saves that were required. 2 on target for Switzerland, but it was, to me, not really danger per se. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think now, based on how this looks, Portugal going into the quarterfinal versus Morocco, they should be the happier of all teams in the quarterfinals now? You think so or not? So Fernando Santos' decision to put Ronaldo on the bench, it's reaping rewards here early in this game. They look dominant from back to front, and they are still creating other chances. So is it no time? And we are seeing where the Cristiano Ronaldo, his place is literally on the bench, and that's where his coach will start to play him now in most of the important games. Is that we're looking to see that going down in the tournament? Is it a reality now that the coach is telling himself that, hey, listen, you're gonna have to come off the bench now in most of our games? Is that the case when you see how dominant Portugal looks? You know, it was a towering header from Pepe Akanji in very late. wasn't there. And bowler with a slight chance wasn't to Dalot end up kicking it out of the 6 yard. But I can easily see Portugal scoring another or two more in the second half here. Will they try to finish off the game early and pull with Fernandez and Bernardo Silva and company? Let's see.
Course, the Portuguese really bossing this game in the first half, leading it by 2 goals to 0. And we're going to toss it down to Trishona McGowan. And when we come back, we're going to break down this game some more for you. Possession-wise, the Portuguese already having a foot on the throat of their opponents.
I think we missed the excitement
of course, by the team leading by
early in the early
the top
game.
is where they're making it count. Ramos and Pepe on target. Trish, it's down to you.
Thank you so much, Damian. Fan Central is
Switzerland not giving us
I will miss you guys a little bit upstairs.
much to be
but
entertained
downstairs is
about.
where the real vibes is at. I'm standing by with Selena. She's a former Miss Jamaica World. We're not going to tell another year because that doesn't matter. But she's a Portugal fan. What brings you here?
Just came for the vibes.
Where were you when you saw the vibe and decided so you have to run in?
Well, actually, I was in the supermarket and the entire supermarket stopped because it was the penalty shootout in the Spain game. And then I was like, World Cup brings everybody together and there is such a vibe. I'm going to see them.
And here she is, the Fan Central. We have a next fan. It's not the first time we're seeing him. He has been wearing this shirt whenever Portugal is playing. What's the love for Portugal? You look young, so I'm assuming is one man. But let me hear your story.
The love is football, and big up Cristiano Ronaldo.
See, there, give away yourself. So now leading 2 goals to 0, more goals to come, or you think it shut off yourself?
Cruising for now, but I give them at least a four. Four, give them four. Give them four.
You think CR7 is coming on?
CR7, the girls in heaven.
I tell you though, I miss them upstairs, but downstairs is where the vibe is. Matthew, you think CR7 is coming on?
Of course.
See, so Portugal going through. People are talking about the Brazil, France looking, for possibly a World Cup. This is your team. Do you think they can go all the way?
All the way. That's where we're going.
All the way?
That's not a question. All the way.
All right, so we're up on our break. Stay with us. We'll soon come back.
What's happening here? Halftime, Portugal 2, Switzerland 0. Do you think Switzerland have what it takes to come back in this game, though? Do Switzerland have what it takes to come back in this game? We saw earlier where Morocco, they beat Spain 3-0 on penalties after a 0-0 draw after 120 minutes to book their place into the quarterfinals. And guess what? He's not sleeping. We know what they did to Germany because they wanted to play Morocco. They wanted Morocco, they got Morocco. I know they gone home. Justice is served. Justice is served. They took Morocco light. they didn't go all out versus Japan to top that group. They were okay with finishing second to play Morocco, Spain. Yes, they didn't show any signs that they were desperately looking to win that group in that final game. And they got what they wanted. They got Morocco, but they're out now. Justice is served. Once you're in, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and let me know how do you your prediction at the end of this game, Portugal versus um, Switzerland. Switzerland look tired. They look out of it.
Switzerland can come back.
Them look tired. Them don't look like the team where have the legs or we used to seeing though. I don't know if because Serbia pushed them to the limit where they like it was really a battle with that game there. Maybe.
Then they pull they pull something miraculous in the Euros. So same score line them they down. The last 10 minutes and find 2 and then go win it by penalty against France. Remember the Euro, I saw them they got through the Euros, them beat kick out France and they done 2-0 late. But the last 10 minutes man them find 2. And then go win it by penalty. So
Yeah, we know it's a game of two halves, so we know the danger of being complacent on the likes of Portugal, but them just look like them don't have the legs out there. They're not keeping up, defensively and attackingly on neither end of the pitch.
I think it's a good game plan by Portugal and they got rewarded so with the goal and then them start pick them spots, choose now them have the option to sit back a little, choose when to go forward.
Choose the moment.
Play more counter-attacking football rather than the position thing when them start off with openly. So kind of that. Then them get rewarded again with the next goal. Because of that, them really do. A couple of days. He's winning the ball, sitting back, winning the ball in the midfield, break quickly. We should have at least 3. Ramos him get a hat-trick so far.
Yeah, you can get 2 opportunities. Should have put back in it.
2 clear opportunity than
him score.
So
man, while we're imagine could the man score and then the man get the ball right in front of the keeper and can't keep the ball past keeper. Football is a weird thing, I tell you, boy.
But boy, Sierra fast still. Sierra for go, man.
If one of Pepe don't want to celebrate him, celebrate the man to replace him.
No, I guess man not even smile, brother. And they say Pepe, Pepe and friend, man. Pepe did a long time, so. I'm a teammate long time, so Pepe and Bridge, But it's so funny, all tournament where they are say the same. I said this and I tell people that Ronaldo. I say, brother, you see team look different and better without Ronaldo, brother. And it's just proven right now. Yeah. I mean, they force the man and just like him force Ten Hag the man put him on the bench and.
I know some of the personally. I feel like the coach talked to him and said, "You're gone. This is a game that knockout type potentially can go extra time, right? If we start you can't
get 1.5 hours.
Yeah, you don't have the legs to give me 120 minutes. So you're gone. I better bring you on, so just in case we have to do that, you're out there. Because you can imagine you pull off Ronaldo 60 minutes, 70 minutes in, and the game with extra time, and then the man sitting and watch Portugal lose. Yeah, I tell you, so
but there's a flip side to that. Him up 2-0, see him with 60, 70 minutes, you bring him on, and then you change the way the player, and Portugal, Switzerland find them footing at the game, score 1 goal, find, so it's a tale of 2 halves. You see him with both sides of the fence, but him play in every other game. The one where like really most important, you get bench. I mean, well, this is like you're repeating history. History repeating itself so quickly.
Yeah,
Like I
because
think,
it's like we're up my money because in play him against with the last game them play were irrelevant.
yeah, them playing an irrelevant game. So that's why I tell us, I don't even think it's a more. I mean, I think he believe so the team look better without him. More fluent. But again, like a Ronaldo, so you already know what I want. Him make him look good, snide comments. While coming out, him give people kind of burn him out because again, now him start. Hey, the media is weird, cause him just Ronaldo just attack himself, cause people did not defend him with the money situation, but now people are see the same situation with Portugal.
Yeah.
He start questioning and I say, brother, like, really? Come on.
It's obvious, bro. That if on him if him as in if he's not a part of what's going on, he can't just happy. He can't say, all right, let them deal with it. Him just have to think about himself. So as I say him that. So who been at the night, they might realize they go by a little. So as him that and it not gonna change.
Not gonna change. I mean, them supposed to give them foot on the gas. Second half, one where them come out in the second half aggressive in the first 10, 15 minutes, try find the third, and then settle down the game. Rest some players that six, five change, possible six if you go extra time, but get some fresh leg out there. And if you want to give by the most can keep a 3-goal lead. I mean, and I like Switzerland seem promising, like, they're not to do nothing going forward to say that a 3-goal lead look like it in jeopardy. Give the opportunity to come find Femon.
Tima Wam they say, him coming, man, him coming. Not too far away. To me, still, I think it's an agreement between him and the coach. I think the man still on reason and say, you have to just think about it. Is either going to start or you go bench. You can't play the whole time. It's simple as that. You don't have the legs to do it. You can't keep up. So
and try to take him off when make the game close and try to take him off in a later moment.
The man to say not disrespect again. You can put on the man too late.
No, but I said if he even started and the game too close and try to take him off in a later part of the game.
Problem again, that man.
A problem again that. So I just say we can't believe that the man make him career.
3-0, and that look like it now for Switzerland.
Tell a man for no one can come off of the bench. They must can keep a 3-0 lead.
Gomez with a double. And Portugal.
I think at the first start field for Ramos. Looking forward there. 21-year-old youngster. I said him play for Benfica. Porto Benfica. One of the two of them play for. That's supposed to happen now. Man can do like Daniel Visa and go win a title,
What that?
The man can do like Daniel Visa and carry my title that.
I know for them I play them last World Cup, so.
Yeah, man, this a film. 99% of the time, Messi. Messi what? 35?
Yeah.
39, 40-year-old Messi out there. Know that. Although Messi, the way Messi plays still, you never know.
And he can play, man. You must say change film game. Another man around up and down all day. Man, himself in a midfield maestro. Just like how you see Modric as old as him is, I don't have legs. Him still doing magic.
Possible one more from Messi. Possible. Now 1% chance. 1% chance.
I feel you get it from Messi. And worse, I think if you go to US MLS, he might feel like playing a US MLS and the Curry come there, might as well him play. I feel like he might not, sure no, but when the time come around, he might go there. I feel he might go make it.
MLS Shakir play too, you know.
Yeah. And I think it have a lot to do with what got me now. I feel depending on how him lose, probably if him
If
go
him
deep,
can, I think if him win that one, I think him possibly in a see back.
he not come back. If him win, he not about to come back. But I feel if him go deep in the competition, he might go try go again. He might feel the talent is there if we go again. Um, next year, the next 4 years.
Definitely Ronaldo last.
Him say 2 more years he might look for play, but he can never put it past him.
Oh, so definitely Ronaldo last year. You know, bro, you see it. It's just that does not have the legs. Him have the heart, him have the drive, him have everything else, but him does not have the body.
You can't tell him on that, you know. You can say fitness freak at that one.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah, he can fit. Not taking fitness from him. He does not have the legs to the game no more. The pace of the game pass, you know what I mean? And then the way you play, you're not like a Madrid try to sit down in the middle of the park and pass the ball. You want to score,
Mm-hmm.
you know? You want to be at the end of the end of the ball put on the net, and when the legs when they have the lift for jump for buck a ball, when they have the lift for even run, I just say God just father time, no matter how fit it is.
Now the pace again, him now have the pace, forget the half yard, they forget the space for score. Movement, you know, get it from him like before, because him not have the legs to keep up, but him not have the condition to keep up.
You see him try come deep in most games, even when he play for Man U and him just look last. You know. But that
Mm.
does definitely fit him last. Whereas if him go Saudi Arabia, I don't know how I eat that for him career. I think him might just call it quits. And I don't know. He might enjoy all of the money we make, man. You know, a man makes much money in out of football and still. I mean, that me get that him getting the day for that World Cup. I try to take care of one, but might make it difficult. That
Portugal can score about 3 more now. See that 4-0 as my talk
4-0
see. Mm-hmm.
and him boxes Switzerland.
Brazil who? France who? Argentina who? Portugal is here. And them make know straight say.
But we are people. We are say them have a good side. You know.
Mm.
It's just that them just have a person where just no want to allow the side to show the quality where them have. I just that, isn't it?
Switzerland get picked every time Portugal go forward, Switzerland get picked.
Yeah, man, because basically the man them start just sit back and give them the ball. Because them have to come forward, which that's inevitable. You have to try to score goal, and the- um the PSR Ramos, Joao Felix, even name Bernardo,
Mm-hmm.
and the passing of Bruno. First of all, I see Bruno do some defensive tackling. I wonder when they say, yo, I'm not even saying nothing, man. English league start coming out. When I time to see man, I might think I echo.
Yeah man, your connection.
See the man, like I tackle the dog. I say, yo, okay. Well, right now, yeah, I just wonder how much a game going. Or this thing, I call about. I'll show you this thing.
Yeah.
Or something.
Mm. And Akanji makes it 4-1. So Switzerland pulling back one here. Switzerland pulling back one, so that's 4-1 after 60 minutes. 57 to be exact in this game. Wait, sorry about that. There was a technical issue. Let me share the graphic once more. Another yellow card here to Switzerland. But it's Portugal 4, Switzerland 1. Now, if Switzerland should get another one in a timely manner, we probably still can have a game in this one. Switzerland on the front foot, they are searching for another. Shaqiri on the far side. Another corner kick to Switzerland, and they have scored on the previous set piece, so this should be interesting. Good defending from Portugal. And Ronaldo is back on the bench. He was seen warming earlier with some other Portuguese player. It is now back on the bench. And I'm at 29 minutes to go plus at a time. And should Switzerland get another, if they should score the other goal in this game, if there's another, this kind of an interesting ending. We can still have a game here ahead of us to be played. And the Portugal manager is animated on the bench. He's not happy with what he's seen. There's a difference in how Switzerland are playing since that 4th goal and since they've scored. They look more like they want to attack. Pepe doing a great job around there. The veteran. Free kick to Portugal deep inside their half. And Shaqiri not happy with decision, saying it was a bit too soft. I can see Portugal trying to kill the energy of the game, trying not to let it be too open. Poor pass there outside, and Portugal will have another opportunity to try and stretch the lead once more. Bruno with a cross. However, it was out for a goal kick, says the linesman. Free kick to Switzerland. I mean, Switzerland, they have to go for it. They are 3 goals down with 25 minutes plus added time to play. I think they have no choice but to go for it at this time. They need a second quickly if they are to have any chance in this game. Another corner kick here to Switzerland. Well, throw in says the ref. And a poor cross there. Shaqiri. Maybe it was a shot. It was high and wide. Change here for Switzerland. Vargas off. Okafon on. And Portugal makes it 5. And Ramos with a hat trick. Is he offside? I'm waiting to see if he was offside before. Well, the player that gave him the ball was offside before he got it. But Ramos makes it 5, and that should be it. That should hit the wind out of the Switzerland players right now. All confidence should be gone if this goal stands. The initial player that made the run, I need to see the replay just to confirm if he was off or on. Now, 3 goals for him. And he's now in joint second place of the Golden Boot. Did Portugal have a gem? He was clearly on. A gem of a player sitting on the bench all this time. Good first touch and a dink over the keeper. Classy finish. Switzerland, they are outclassed here. And Portugal reminding the Brazilians and the French and the Argentinians that, hey, we are still here. Don't forget about us when you speak about, favorites. No, this might be Portugal's best performance in the tournament so far. And guess who's not playing? Guess who was benched today? This is the best I've seen Felix in a long, long time. Felix Fernandez, Bernardo Silva, Otavio, they are all playing wonderful football. It's looking so easy for them out there. This might be 6-1. Switzerland looking to score a consolation goal here. Another corner kick to Switzerland. They're still fighting. They're still pushing. But Pepe has been a rock around here today, making a difference on both ends of the pitch. "71 minutes played, Portugal 5, Switzerland 1. Ramos with a hat trick. He replaced Ronaldo in the lineup. Will we see Ronaldo playing today? Any at all? Based on the time of the game now. And Cristiano making way to come on in the last 18 minutes of play here. 3 changes being made. Cristiano, well, Ramos off, Otavio off, and Felix off. So Fernandez will still be out there. And Ronaldo on to play the last 70 minutes plus added time. Will he get his 9th World Cup goal here today? A job well done from the Portuguese team. They were, brilliant from back to front, barring that corner kick scored by Switzerland. Ronaldo takes his first touch. Free kick to Portugal. Ronaldo. 4 minutes coming on. He's over a free kick. Straight into the wall. And Portugal, they are searching for their 6th. They will definitely want to get Ronaldo on the score sheet. Everyone goes home happy. Good turn there from Bruno Fernandes. And a bad pass to Diego Costa. And he had to play it out for a throw-in. Switzerland on the front foot at the moment. . 78 minutes played. Portugal 5, Switzerland 1. A Ramos hat-trick, the youngster who started for Ronaldo up front. So with England with a strong result in the round of 16, France, strong result in round of 16, Brazil, strong result in round of 16, and now Portugal, showing that they are not to be counted out. And a bicycle attempt there from Embolo wasn't good enough. Bernardo Silva is making way, and Ruben Neves replacing him. Throwing on the near side to Switzerland. Pepe again with the clearance. Bruno Fernandes, he's down, holding his legs, and it's never a good sign. "83 minutes played, Portugal 5. Switzerland 1, as in the Morocco odds to proceed to the semifinals. I will definitely share that when they confirm the matchup. Is a Morocco the real dark horse team? Morocco gonna upset Portugal? That would be really interesting to see, though. This Portuguese team, they're stacked. And Ronaldo looks offside here. He knows he's offside. It's obvious. But he did what he needed to do and put the ball in the back of the net. That's the most important thing. Let the ref decide after. He's clear, like he's far inside the half. Morocco might be getting at least $8 to win the game itself. Maybe more, maybe double figures, maybe 10 more. Yeah. To go to extra time and penalty or extra time and win would be really, really good odds. Yeah. Maybe around 20 to 1, 25 to 1 odds. And Switzerland's still pushing, they're still pushing for, that goal. Maybe they pride or they just foul here to Portugal, and Bruno Fernandes smart play there. It's easily obvious that Bruno is the player going forward for them right now. Despite who's scoring the goals, he's involved in almost everything for Portugal. Bernardo Silva, very, very technical and gifted midfielder as well. And Ronaldo there, they're almost in, but a wonderful tackle from the Swiss defender to deny him. That was dropping right on his feet for a volley or tap in. Bruno Fernandes making way now for Portugal's fifth substitution, 86 minutes played. Portugal 5, Switzerland 1. And the AC Milan winger is on Rafael Leo. And immediately is in action here. Ball inside to Ronaldo, but it was too far away from him. Switzerland on the front foot. Throwing to Switzerland. 88 minutes played deep into this game. They're looking for a second. They're 5-1 down. Doubt it will make much of a difference at this time. But they look Switzerland look to me, they look a team that's tired. The energy and the pace that Switzerland usually plays with, I didn't see that today. They were just flat throughout the whole game. And Portugal, they would have rested. If you notice, all the teams that rested their starters in the final group game, which most of them had issues. Brazil lost, France lost, England, they got a result in their final game though, but they did rested players as well. But if you check it, most of the teams that rested players in the final group game, they came here in the round of 16 and blew away their opponents. So it's a case where all those teams were fighting on the last day, and the energy and what they eventually had to put out on the pitch in that final group game, it took a toll on them, because most of them that made it through in that way finished second in their group. They ended up playing a team that was rested, and with games playing every 3-4 days, it's understandable that after 3-4 games, and your top players have to be playing every game, fighting through these games, it will take a toll on them. That looks offside there. I mean, it is. So a free kick to Portugal. 90 minutes played. Four minutes added on, and Portugal will face Morocco in the quarterfinals, and this is the last game of the round of 16, and the only surprise team was Morocco, who finished on a 6th goal to Portugal. Is it Ronaldo? Did he get his goal at the end of the day? 92 minutes played, and it's Rafael Leo. A brilliant finish from the edge of the box. Each time he played, he have showed his quality though, Leo. And is he capable of starting in this team? Can he start ahead of Felix? Each time he comes on, he shows what he can do. Cuts in and tuck it in the far post. 92 minutes in, just a few minutes on the field. So that's Portugal 6, Switzerland 1. And even in added time, the 4 minutes, Portugal found a way to put the ball in the back of the net. It has been a really, really poor display from Switzerland. Solid performance though from Portugal. They did what they had to do. They did what was required of them. Another chance here, begging for Portugal to make it 7. Will Ronaldo get his opportunity? No, on a goal kick to Switzerland. Well, no, it's a set piece. So there may still be an opportunity for Ronaldo to score a corner kick to Portugal in the last seconds of this game. And that should be it. And Portugal have beaten Switzerland 6 goals to 1, and they have made it to the quarterfinals, completing a matchup versus Morocco. Wonderful display from Portugal. The coach Fernando Santos, he started the game with Ronaldo on the bench. Big questions with the decision. Is it the right decision? Will the team be able to win with Ronaldo on the bench? They were 4-1 up, I think 5-1 by the time he was to make way on the pitch with 20 minutes remaining. So we've been saying it time and time again, the team looks better without him. And it shows today again, they scored 5 goals before he was introduced. 5. So the question now is he now going to be starting from the bench in other games? I think he'll start against Morocco. The coach will say, okay, it's just Morocco. But if they should put Morocco aside, the semifinals will be versus England or France. So would they put him on the bench versus England and France? Let's say they make it to the semifinal, England and France. That's the big question now. The coach now has to decide whether he planned to keep him there as a player coming off the bench, or he's going to let Ronaldo get what he prefers, and that's the start. I definitely think he will start against Morocco, but if they do get by Morocco, he will not start in the semifinals. And the question will arise again, will he start? Let's say they make the finals. It's going to be some big decisions for the coach, but the team looks really good from back to front. Pepe and Diaz in the back line, they are solid with Dalat and Guerrero on the wing back. If you notice, Cancelo didn't start today, so you must know how good that bench is. They always speak about Man City super team. No, a Man City player, starter, an automatic Man City starter is in this team, and he didn't start today. He doesn't start all the time. So it goes to show the quality of this Portugal team. This Portugal team is stacked. The quality is immense. As you can see, Ramos started this game either. Ronaldo scored a hat-trick. Rafael Leo came on, one of the best upcoming wingers right now in world football, and he cannot start. You understand? So the team, it's a very good team. The quality is deep in this team. They are one of the teams that I say is a very stock team. They are next to Brazil and England, in my view, and France. So good display from Portugal, putting themselves in the conversation. So all quarterfinals are confirmed. All quarterfinals matchup are now confirmed as such. Everyone is aware of the importance of each game. Each game now is basically a finals when you look at it. Each game is basically a finals, right? So Friday, Croatia versus Brazil, and Netherlands versus Argentina. So no World Cup football tomorrow, December the 7th, nor Thursday, December the 8th. It's the first, I think it's the first break, yeah. First break since World Cup have started. Those days, no football will be played. Um, and the teams will prepare themselves for the first quarterfinals game coming Friday and Saturday. The semifinals will then be played next week around Wednesday, I think. Let me confirm the semifinal dates for you. So next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll have our semifinals. I will assume that Tuesday will be between the Argentina and Netherlands and that bracket with the Brazil and Croatia. And Wednesday, England versus France winner versus Portugal versus Morocco's winner. But before we go there, it is definitely the quarterfinals this Friday and Saturday to look forward to. Portugal, I think, will be happy about their opponents, just as Spain did. They were happy they actually played to play Morocco, but they're out. So I don't think Portugal will take this team light. They will go into this game serious and business-like. As such, I think Portugal should get the job done in the semi-final, the quarterfinal. So another semi-final berth for Ronaldo and his team, and they will be looking to wait on England versus France. Let me bring up this bracket for you guys. Are Portugal one of the favorites to you? What do you think about this Portuguese team? What do you guys think about this Portuguese team? I say predict 3-1 the man them 6 them to blow. Could have been more easily. Easily could have been more. But I don't know if you guys noticed, but you realize all the teams that really fought and were played a really difficult last game in their group, they basically dumped out of the tournament. Most of them, you notice, teams that rested players for that third game, they came into quarterfinals and blew away the teams that they played. If you realize, France rested heavily, Portugal rested heavily, and Brazil rested heavily. Argentina didn't rest heavily because they had to play the last game. Netherlands, they didn't rest heavily either. I don't know why they didn't, but they didn't because most of the top players did play the last game. England made some changes too, but it's the teams that specifically will need saw the difference in the first 11, the first two games and last game. You can see the difference coming in these round of 16. They literally blow away their teams from first half. When you look at it, France blew away their team. Portugal and Brazil did the same. So it goes to show that depth is important, especially in these short tournaments where games are being played every 3 to 4 days. If you're not getting the opportunity to rest, maybe a challenge for you, because there's a team over there. They won their first two games, and they're able to rest their starting players. You are fighting a very physical game, and in 3 days, you again have a very quality and physical game to play. It's going to take a toll on you eventually, and I think that's what happened to most of these teams. Why the group stage was so competitive, and then coming the run of 16, where you expect so much of them, the depth really showed the difference to me in the run of 16 eventually. We can say, the class of these teams are putting themselves now into shape and just getting the job done. But I think with them having the opportunity to rest players and to bring off their players once the job is done, They bring out Fernandez and they bring out Bernardo Silva in their first couple of games when they see that it's over and they have it wrapped up. I think that privilege put these teams ahead of the quote unquote average teams. Morocco, they did a good job, but Spain they did play their full team in the last game as well. Even though they pull a couple players early on just to allow the result to fall into their favor, but I think the depth of team showed in the round of 16, and it was a big difference in how the group stage was competitive, and the round of 16 basically the favorites ran away with it for the 7 of the 8 games. The other one game, up one upset in my view, Morocco. A penalty shooter can go anywhere really and truly. So that was the only matchup that didn't go in favor of the favorites. So business end right now, and the quarterfinals is up on us. As I said, the next 2 days, no World Cup will be played. Rest days for the boys. Rightly so. Let me bring up this bracket for you. Oh, sorry. Wrong tab. Yeah, so Friday, December the 9th, Netherlands versus Argentina. This is one that's very difficult to call. Netherlands are a great team from front to back. They haven't give us a performance yet, though. Yes, they did beat US convincingly, but I'm still not convinced by their attack. I think defensively they're sound. In the midfield, Frankie De Jong and company, it's okay, it's good, it's not great in my view, but it's good enough based on the players around them with the wingers and all of that. But I'm not yet convinced, and let's see if this is the game that propels Netherlands now in the. Well, if you're going top 4, you're one of the favorites by default, in my view. So, if Netherlands can win this game, then Brazil and company will have to take them seriously going into the semifinal and the final. But Argentina, they have been growing in each game since they lost, and I think they could have easily scored 3-4 against Australia, even though late on Australia could have equalized as well. But I think they are growing, and they're growing in confidence as well, and that's good for their team. When you grow in a tournament, it can be very dangerous for others, as they might get complacent too early while you are going to the tail end of the competition. So this should be an interesting matchup. I think the better team man to man is Netherlands, but I think Messi and Scaloni, I think based on how they have been playing, they find a method and a remedy, and they're just utilizing that. Each player just know their role and know it effectively, and I think everyone fights for each other in this Argentina team. So even if they're not playing better, they will be fighting their way into the game. So I think this game is not solely upon if Messi performs, it's if the people around him can also produce. Netherlands will come and try to stop the areas Messi occupies. So I personally think Netherlands will change their formation in that game. I don't think 3-4-3 is the best thing to play with Messi and Luke Martinez going against you. Croatia Brazil is other matchup Friday, and Brazil is outright favorite. Croatia, they had to go the distance and penalties to beat Japan, and was 1-1 in full time. Yeah, so Brazil is a clear favorite. They are playing really good. They are flying high. They played yesterday and it was really brilliant, especially in the first half. Neymar is back, so that's a big plus for them. I saw him cutting off a cast of his ankle, so I assume that he will patch up again and come to play in this game. Croatia, they are last tournament runner-up. So they have quality, they have experience, they have the legs. I spoke about how the teams that had to do so much in the group stage, and especially in the last game, they came in round 16 and they were really flat. They were poor. Will the game that Croatia played yesterday and how it went, how much work they have to put in, and the fact that they're an aging team, especially the more quality and technical players, will it take a toll on them Friday? They have today, Wednesday, and Thursday to rest and quote unquote prepare. Can't do much in that time when you have to rest and get ready for another game in such quick succession. So that's a big thing. And I said as well, the depth of a Brazil and France and Portugal and England is that even in games when they are playing, they can pull their important players early. So Modric played around 100 100 minutes, I think 90 something minutes. Kovacic played a lot as well. Perisic, all of them, they played a lot. Modric played, I'll call it 90 every game so far. And games have been played every 3 to 4 days. While Brazil, they are able to take off their players after 60 minutes. So I think that will be a difference. And I think the freshness of these teams that have the privilege to rest players will push them into the last four. So I think Brazil should eventually get the better of Croatia. Argentina, the one is really hard to call. Now, Saturday, England, France is another. This is probably two favorites of the competition. Two of the favorites in the competition playing already. So this is like a finals, basically. Really big game, really important game for both teams. Mbappe and France, they are flying high. But I think a lot of the game is being played through Mbappe. If you can stop him, then France have to think about something else. But stopping him, is that even possible? So the English team, I think, is a very good team defensively. I think they probably will not make the game exciting when they see they are aware of the danger of the Mbappe and Dembele and company. I think they will try to keep the game quiet and calm. If you go too open and try to be chaotic, then it might play into Mbappe's hands. So I think England will try to keep the game tight and tactical. So it will be interesting to see the team that goes out, plus how they set up. I think France setup and team will be obvious. I don't think they will change. But I think Southgate, he's going to feel pressured and he's going to be more proactive into how he puts out his team. I mean, every game, England basically don't know the team that's going out because he's been pressured to play everyone. And as what Asia would say, can he even put out the right team at this time? No, the other matchup will be Morocco versus Portugal. Obviously, they should be here. So that is being played Saturday as well. So the winner between Morocco and Portugal will play England and France. So and that game is played Wednesday. Yeah. So Morocco, Portugal. I think, as I said again, I think the depth of Portugal, they will eventually get by Morocco. Morocco, even today, in the latter stage of the game, Spain created a lot of chances, just didn't score. That game today between Morocco and Spain, it just missed a good striker on either end of the pitch. If Morocco had a good striker, I think they would have scored. If Spain had a good enough striker, I think they would have scored. And that's what both teams missed today. And the game overall, Spain hit the post in the last kick of the game. That's 122 minutes. The same kicker went on to miss his penalty at the first kick and hit the post again. So I think going down in the game, even if they make it difficult at first, I think Portugal, with the quality and the depth, they will eventually break Morocco. So Portugal, to me, should be in the semifinals clearly and easily. England and France, I have England to go to the finals from my initial bracket. So by default, I see them progressing based on what I've seen in the first couple of games. Though France look dangerous. If you allow Mbappe to get too happy and too confident, they're in trouble. So yeah, I think if they can stop him, they stop France. Everything really played through Mbappe. If it don't start from him, it finishes at him. So if you stop him completely, then you have a good chance. But is stopping him possible? That's the question. So let's see how these turn out coming over the weekend. I will be here on Friday What time is the first game Friday? 10 a.m. I will try to be here for both games, but I'm sure I'll be here for both 2 o'clock games. Yeah, the other two are really early, so it's not easy to do both. But I will try my best to cover both the Croatia, Brazil, and the Argentina, Netherlands on Friday. Let's see if I can get it done. Okay, so that will be it for us today. Thank you guys for passing through. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for always being here. And please make sure you're here over the weekend for us to enjoy some more World Cup football. Let's see who will make it into the top four or who will join us, Spain, and others on a plane home coming this weekend. So thank you once more. Please remember to like the video before you leave. You can leave a comment. You can also support the channel by using the super chat, super stickers, and becoming a member of the community. And keep joining us and participating in our interaction. We do appreciate it all. So, one love, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys before Friday. I will definitely keep us active tomorrow and Thursday, leading up to the games on Friday. So, thank you once more. Enough love. See you in another one. Peace.